Now, on the surface this might look like a single one layer card, but it's actually two. I've got the shimmery white cardstock which sits on the front of a Whisper white folded card base, and the reason I've done that is simply because I decided to add this lovely piece of linen thread and I wanted it to be able to tuck in somewhere. But also I find that when you're doing a little bit of colouring on the shimmery white, the page can warp a little bit, and sticking it down to a Whisper white backing gives it a little bit more strength, a little bit, and encourages it to sit flat. So I'm starting today with the lemon lime twist. There's a lovely bordering piece in here with the scattered flowers and the grungy look. Going kind of with about 1 centimetre. Just to give that little bit of an edge. The next thing I'm going to stamp is the flower. This flower here. Oh, I have to clean that up now. In powder pink. Now the trick is that I wanted to apply a little bit of colour to this flower, and I didn't want the lines of the powder pink flower to blend into that colouring. Powder pink is such a lovely soft tone. I was worried that if it blended into the colouring you would lose all that detail in the flower. So what I've done is applied some Versamark, then added my powder pink, positioned the stamp in the corner there, applied some clear embossing powder, see if I've got, here we go. And then heat set that, and that's going to mean that when we do colour with our aqua painter, the colours are not going to run and blend. I'm going to do the same technique again on a flower higher up the top, but before I do that flower I want to add my little dragonfly. I love the cute little bee and the dragonfly that feature in this set. So I've got some Stays On black, positioning that dragonfly in the top side there, popping that in place, and then you want to create a mask. So normally to do this I would stamp again like this onto a post-it or sticky note, cut it out and then stick it in place. But because I had class on the weekend and we did this technique, I've saved a couple of the masks, if I can find them. Here we go. So I can just reuse them today. And it's not a bad idea if you do go to the effort to create a mask, to just slip it in with the case and then it's there for you should you want to do that again in the future. Alright, so this time I'm going with the smaller flower. There we go. And same technique again, we're going there we go. And you know that it's all heat set when the colour becomes a little bit more vibrant, and you can see it's got a puffed, raised shine to it. Now I'm going to apply some colour to those using the powder pink again. And I've got an aqua painter. Make sure it's clean, just apply a little bit of water on first. Picking up my colour, starting where I want it deepest. and spreading it through. Because I put that water on first while it was clean, it's allowing me to blend a little bit easier. While it is I'm waiting for those to dry, I might add a little bit of my fresh fig to the dragonfly. Just going for a bit of a rough look, not a full neat colour. Now before we add the other layering, I'm just going to make sure those layers are really dry. So I've got this mask again, so I stamped first onto a sticky note at the place where the sticky stuff is, fussy cut it out, and now I'm going to pop it in place. And do a little bit of extra stamping. I've got these pretty flowers on the branches in Tranquil Tide. And then I've got this lovely splatter in the lemon lime twist. And some little tiny splatters. Might just position that dragonfly mask back in place. I'm going to use a little bit of that to bring the splattery element to the top. And now I'm going to give that a quick clean. And I'm going to use fresh fig and scatter on my flowers in this bouquet here. Before I close that up, I'm going to add a sentiment to the center here. Alright, so I've got the One Big Meaning stamp set, and I really like this sweet little thank you sentiment. And I'm going to put that in the fresh fig. Now the last step is to put it all together on the card front with the twine. This is the tear and tape adhesive. Just a little bit of a stronger hold. Make sure those little threads stay in place. And the last step now is to add the thread bow. And there we have it, a really cute little thank you card featuring the Touches of Texture stamp set and our brand new in colours. If you're curious about the Crafty Carrot Collective program and want to learn more about how you can access free tutorials like this, please do head over to the blog. We will have a link in there so that you can see how to find out more information about that, or message me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Alright, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Bye.